What's up, Broncos country? Welcome to Denver Broncos Syndicate late night edition. I am driving out to go pick up my grandma from work, so I figured we might as well get on here and chop it up with you guys. Today, I wanted to talk about Marvin Mims because he's somebody who I feel like is a really intriguing player for this Denver Broncos offense moving forward, and he's somebody who really stood out during the Broncos 3-day rookie minicamp. According to various media members that were there, Marvin Mims' speed definitely stood out right away to anyone who was paying attention. Marvin Mims is a guy who has sub 4.4 speed and is a really fantastic piece for this Denver Broncos offense. I'm so sorry, somebody just totally cut me off. What a jerk. Anyway, Marvin Mims, a guy with sub 4.4 speed, has a chance to be a dynamic playmaking threat for this Denver Broncos offense. He's a guy who was drafted to potentially fill that KJ Hamler role because due to his injuries, I'm not sure Sean Payton feels like he can depend on KJ Hamler to be an efficient weapon in this offense on a consistent basis because he's just not been able to stay on the field. Now, Marvin Mims, he doesn't really have the same body build as KJ Hamler, though. KJ is more of a skinny, lanky type of guy, whereas Marvin Mims, he's got a lot more build, especially in terms of upper body and lower body as well, in terms of like the thighs and the trunk area. Marvin Mims almost reminds me a little bit of Tyreek Hill in terms of build. Now, not saying that he has Tyreek Hill level speed because Tyreek Hill is the fastest player in the NFL, but Marvin Mims is still a very speedy player who can take the top off of the defense at any given time. So, at the end of the day, man, how is Marvin Mims going to shake out in this Denver Broncos offense? We have an embarrassment of riches at the wide receiver position. Obviously, we have our top three guys in Courtland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, and Tim Patrick. We signed Marquez Callaway in free agency. We've still got Brandon Johnson and Jalen Virgil on the roster. KJ Hamler's still on the roster, but he's making his recovery from his partially torn pec. Then there's Marvin Mims, and I'm probably missing somebody as well, because this is really an embarrassment of riches at the wide receiver position for the Denver Broncos. Now, Marvin Mims, again, is a guy who really feels like a slot receiver at the NFL level, and he feels like he can almost fill that Tyler Lockett role for Russell Wilson that made him so successful for all those years in Seattle. Russ really didn't have a consistent deep threat last year. Jerry Jeudy was a nice intermediate threat, but we didn't really have consistency in terms of a burner downfield who can take the top off of a defense at any given time, like I said earlier. Again, with KJ Hamler injured, that really handicapped Russell Wilson this season, and that really also contributed to his struggles. I mean, I really feel like Russell Wilson would have been a much better player had he had a consistent deep threat, because he really leaned on that as sort of his safety blanket in Seattle. Tyler Lockett was his top receiver for all those years because he was literally his security blanket. When Russell Wilson was in trouble, he knew that he had Tyler Lockett downfield that he could chuck it downfield to. And it was the same thing once DK Metcalf got there. Even though he's a bigger body, he's still a deep threat because of his dynamic speed. And that's really what this Broncos offense did not have last year. Here's hoping that Marvin Mims will fill that role this year. I'm curious, Broncos country, how would you guys feel about Marvin Mims filling that Tyler Lockett role in this offense? Drop those comments down below. I would love to hear from you. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are two free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out to fellow members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, this has been another episode of Denver Broncos Syndicate. I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.